Hey guys, Supercurse Productions here, and today I'm going to be doing another commission showcase on a few figures from various themes and movies, and some from a show. These are all for the same person, and the figures I have made are the Amazing Spider-Man, Quicksilver from X-Men Apocalypse, Baby Driver, Thomas from The Maze Runner, and Dr. Colosso and Max Thunderman from the show The Thundermans. And this is just going to be a really quick showcase video, and so without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Alright guys, so here we have the first figure, and it is the Amazing Spider-Man from the Amazing Spider-Man movies. Now, this figure actually, apparently the webbing gave me a bunch of trouble, so I kept having to redo it over and over again. I guess since I was a little out of practice, even though this is the third Spider-Man figure that I've made. The last time I made a Spider-Man figure was like months before Homecoming came out, so I don't know, that might have been the reason, I don't know why, but as you can see, it did work out as I did complete him. It was very simplistic. I painted the webbing and the eyes and everything onto a plain red, a normal red head. I did the same thing for the arms, so normal red arms, that I painted the webbing and the blue detail on the inside of the arms. The torso was a dark blue torso, and then I painted red around it, around like the top up there, and for the belt that goes all the way around the torso. I also painted the spider on the back of his torso, and then the black spider on his chest. I painted the webbing in dark gray, so the spider on his chest would stand out a bit better. Although once I painted the spider in a shiny black, but once I sealed the paint on the figure, it kind of gave it all one look, so you can't really tell where the spider legs are, unless you look really close. But and then the legs were dark blue legs that I painted the red boots and then painted the webbing all around that. It does go around all four sides of the legs. But yeah guys, so that was Spider-Man. Alright guys, so here we have the second figure, and it is Quicksilver from X-Men Apocalypse. I'll give you guys a full 360 of him. All these figures were very simplistic. Quicksilver looks like he has a lot of detail, but surprisingly he was very easy to do as well. Starting off with the top, the hairpiece was a gray Anakin Skywalker hairpiece. I don't know what head this is that I used, but it's the head that I had. It was like a normal expression head, and so I just used that, and I painted his goggles onto the head. And then for the torso, I used a dark gray torso, and I painted all the detail you see there. I used electrical tape for the straps that come around his torso and on the back. And then the arms are dark gray arms, and I painted all the detail onto there, and this arm will move up. That does wrap around the inside of the arms. And then the legs, I did the same thing. I painted all the detail onto there, the knee pads and everything. And the detail does go around the inside, and the legs can fold up. I did seal them so they would be able to fold up without the paint scratching off. But yeah guys, so that's about it for Quicksilver. Max Thunderman was also a very easy figure, probably easier than all the others, as all I did was use a dark brown messy hairpiece, and it's actually a light brown messy hairpiece. I used this normal face, I don't know where that's from either, but it's a normal face that I had that kind of looks like Max with the hair and everything, so I decided to go with that. The torso was just a regular blue torso, and I painted the blue detail on it. I painted the blue detail on the arms and on the back. There is blue on the top, and I painted the T for the Thunderman symbol. I did paint like the sides of the torso with the dark blue that their suits have. And then his belt was made from electrical tape that I wrapped around. I painted the buckle. His shoes were painted on, and then he has electrical tape straps around the top. And yeah, so that's about it for Max. Dr. Colosso was sculpted by me onto at first I wanted to sculpt the whole thing from scratch, but it didn't really work out, so I ended up using one of these cat pieces, sanding off the tail, and I sculpted over the head. I sculpted the bunny head, I sculpted the ears, I painted the whole thing in white, I painted the ring around his eye and everything, and then I used fabric for the cape, and I painted a C on it, and then I used more fabric and painted it in a light blue for the little bow. And the ears were, I think I should have actually slicked them back a bit, but I ended up curving them over. And I mean, it does look okay. The hands also are painted in black. And that's about it. Not much else to say about Dr. Colosso. And the next fig we have here is Baby Driver. Now, I haven't seen the movie, but I was commissioned to make the figure, so I did. Another really simplistic figure. I just used a normal brown hairpiece. The same face that I used on Quicksilver, I used on this figure. And I painted the glasses on him. I sealed the glasses, so it gives it a shiny glasses look. The earbuds were sculpted on. There is a little tab on the torso, so if I want to remove the hairpiece, the earbuds are attached to it, and then they hook in with that little tab in between the torso and the legs. So that way they will hold, and it looks like he's got earbuds coming out of his pocket or something. The vest was just fabric that I painted blue, painted a white ring around the bottom of it. And then the legs were dark blue legs, which I painted blue shoes. I painted the white rings around the bottom, and I did paint the laces along the top. But yeah, guys, so that's about it for Baby Driver. Not much else to say. But yeah, so let's move on to the next figure. Or the final. Alright, so here we have the final figure, and it is Thomas from the Maze Runner movies. Now, I have not seen any of the Maze Runner movies, but commission figure, so I made it. So I made Thomas. This figure was very easy to do, like all the rest, like I keep saying. The hair was just a normal, messy hairpiece. It's the one Lego uses for Tony Stark. I painted it in dark brown. I don't know where this headpiece is from. It was just a headpiece that I decided to use. It originally had like cheekbones and stuff on there that I erased, and the head looked like it would work for Thomas, so I decided to go with it and use it. Now, the jacket is made from my own fabric and painted it in this olive green color with all the pockets painted. The arms are also painted in the olive green color as well, and I gave him this little modified gun since it looked like he had a gun in the pictures that I saw, so I decided to give him a gun. And the legs were just dark gray legs with brown boots painted onto them, and I did seal the boots. I also sealed the paint on the torso because this blue on the torso is my own color that I painted onto the torso, and after I painted it, I sealed it, and I did paint the flesh at the top. But that's about it for Thomas, and now we can go ahead and end this video. Alright guys, so that's about it for this video. I really hope you guys like these figures. Now, like I mentioned in the last showcase that I did, I'm taking a break from Ruby figures to work on Infinity War figures, which I have been doing. In the past week, I've made a few, I started on a few characters. I haven't done much to them, but I'm almost done with Iron Man in his Infinity War suit. Now, this Iron Man figure was heavily based off Lego's figure, since usually Lego Iron Man figures, if any of the other figures aren't accurate, their Iron Man figures always are. So I based his this figure off the Lego figure, and then I've also started on the Iron Spider suit. I've painted the head and the torso. Just need to finish the arms and the legs for that. I started on Black Widow as well, and I also started on Captain America, or Nomad. He is, I guess you could say, half done, but not really. You can see all the detail that I've done to him. I mean, there's not much, but I'm trying to knock out at least 3 or 4 figures every week. At least get some progress on them. I don't have to complete them, just get some progress on them until there's more video or photo shown of their suits. And then Black Panther, and I'm making him in his new suit for Infinity War. I've only sculpted the head, and I do have some of the torso done, but not much. And 2 other figures that I started on. I mean, this isn't really much either. I painted a silver arm for Bucky. And then Thor, he has his hair and beard painted and his eye patch. That's basically about it for my, the Infinity War figures that I've started on. I still have to start on a lot more, but I just thought I'd show you those. They should be complete by before the movie comes out. The way progress is going on them now, I should be able to complete them sometime before the movie comes out and maybe get back to working on a few Ruby figures or some other projects that I decide to do. But yeah guys, so that's about it for this video. Really hope you guys liked it. If you did, be sure to leave a like down below. Don't forget to comment, share, and subscribe. And yeah, bye.